All right, folks, welcome back. 17th of December. Fine Thursday. What a beautiful day we had today. Wow. Calm as could be, mild as could be. There was a couple little small flurries that come down. My heart goes out to, I believe it's the state of New York, is it? Heard you guys are getting a dumping. Stephen Drake, how are you doing? Hope okay. Beautiful day. It's a little better than 5 o'clock. I'm starting to kind of get into this a little bit. Maybe I'm, I don't know, starting chores a little earlier than I normally would this time of year. Basically, so I can have that last half hour to dink around with something where it proves to have a nice little amount of light. I don't do this deliberately to make a video. It's just kind of coincidence. A lot of my videos are about 5 o'clock here. But anyway, this video, I'm not too crafty. I was going to try and get a little footage of some eagles for you, but I need to do a little better job than sneaking up to this. So, long story short, the eagles are back. It's every year. I absolutely love it, enjoy it. They come back about this time. I spotted two of them, I will say about 2 weeks ago, and now I'm counting four. I swear there's a fifth. Time will tell. But they stay back here all day long. Of course, they meander probably miles, but this is home right here, and that big tree right there. That's obviously the section of what I call behind the barn. And right now we're standing in what we call kuthas. Keep up with the lingo. It's all farm property, but of course all little patches and areas have their own name. But yeah, just a beautiful sound during the day to hear those eagles squawking. I don't know what other word to use, but yeah, this is every year. I also came back here to check a little bit of fence. If you keep up with the videos, there's a little bit of a crybaby video made the other evening that I really don't want to talk about anymore, but I'm just checking some other fence lines too. Yeah, there's no way an eagle's just gonna sit there for us. We'll get some footage at some point, but yeah, that's the magical tree. They love it. They sit up there and perch half the day when they're not meandering around elsewhere. And there's four, if not five of them. Pretty neat. Happens every year. They usually stick around through the brunt of spring and calving season, and it's for a reason. If anybody has a squirmish stomach, you might want to put the earmuffs on. It's just a reality part of life. Quite naturally and obviously, when a cow gives birth, there's this thing called afterbirth. And anyway, the eagles, I tell you what, they do not disrupt the cattle herd. They do not. And they wait. They wait till everybody's away, and then they do their thing with, let's call, the leftovers. It's quite nice. Sometimes you'll get a real angry first-time calving heifer or even an ornery cow where the eagles will upset the absolute hell out of them. But that's basically why they hang around for the springtime. And then it's a magical light switch. Couldn't tell you where they go. I don't have an education in this, eagles and what they do and all that crap. But basically the turn of a light switch right before what I'm going to call the summer starts, they're gone. And don't get me wrong, though, there's eagle sightings, but the ones that hang around here, yeah, they leave. So they're here for the winter. Like I said, it's like clockwork. It's nice to have them around. It's a little Brings a little peace to something, I guess. I don't know. Kind of special if you ask me, having about 4 or 5 eagles behind the barn all winter. It's pretty nice. I feel bad for all the rabbits and squirrels, but we've got a plethora of them, so I don't think there's any harm or foul here. There's another reason that the eagles are here, and it happens to be just on the bottom of this knoll right before the woods line. So if you keep up with the channel, you know I had a couple of slaughterings coming. One going into all quarters that are all spoken for, the other one going into hamburger that's basically spoken for as well. All it take is one ad and that'll be gone, which is real nice. I have my choice, and I'm sure a lot of yous do as well, of about 2 or 3 different fashions and methods of doing a slaughter. Well, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Any young people out there that are wanting to work 7 days a week, 16 hours a day, and retire in about 15 years, open up a slaughterhouse. It's hard as hell to get an appointment. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you've thrown at them over the years. That might have popped out of my mouth when I was told that I couldn't have an appointment, in a nice manner though. Anyway, the option that I had to take, and this was made 2 months ago, was, and I'm going to call it a mom and pa operation, which is not a dirty word to me. I think it's fantastic. According to their licensing, they have a licensed shop in the back of the house. It's actually beautiful. Clean as a whistle. Everything's set up. These people are very OCD, which is fantastic because you should see the fine cuts and the burger that's gotten from them. It's unbelievable. There's a lot more extra effort and whatever that comes with this though. Big deal. Their licensing basically requires them only to come home with the quarters. The slaughter itself has to be done at the farmstead. Like I said, there's a lot of extra rigmarole involved there, but big hairy deal. Everybody's got to eat. It's the words of the year. I'm afraid it's going to be the words of the next year or two to come too. But anyway, we're not going to go down that road. But yeah, they were taken care of down there. That's another reason the eagles are back and sticking around here almost all day long. But yeah, pretty excited about that. I should get the phone call here later this week. Well, hell, we're already in later this week. Well, hopefully Monday next week that I need to go pick it all up and divvy it out. Go from there. Yeah. I had a... Of course, it can't go good all the time. It normally does. Had a nice little surprise here this morning. And I knew it too. I knew it at 4:45 a.m. this morning. I'm just like everybody else. Well, actually, I might be a little off kilter and different. But woke up like a good little boy, ready to start my day. First thing I do is a couple of leave in the morning. If you don't agree with that, yeah, why don't you come on and hang with me all day long. We'll see what you do in the morning. Full glass of water and a couple leave in the morning. Then, of course, I fill up the Keurig because I got my fancy pants on. I got a Keurig. I love that thing. And I could tell, at that time of the morning, the water pressure is so stinking high it'll blow the faucet apart. And I could tell. And a lot of yous right now know exactly what I'm saying. I know theirs. And I called it immediately. I'm like, son of a beehive. I knew it was wrong. Minded my business, a little bit in a hurried fashion though. Got out to the barn and the entire gutter system was about half flooded. It could have been a lot worse. What happened was one of the water cups stuck, which is not altogether uncommon. It's not all the time, but it's not uncommon. And anyway, it's stuck and water ran for, I guarantee you, hours. So that kind of put a damper on my morning a little bit. You know, I had to hold off on cleaning some pens because I needed a free gutter system for the water pump. I needed to pump that water out of there, and I did. And anyway, fixed the water cup. There was a small piece of steel in there, and I know where it comes from. There is there's a water valve that just recently become kind of all hunky-dory. And I guarantee that little piece of metal come from that valve, which is probably about 35 feet away, and went through a few corners to get there. And anyway, something as simple as that, even as something as simple as a small sediment or a, you know, we're filthy rich of iron here, or a pretty good amount of an iron deposit. It'll get in those, I'm going to call the rubber gaskets and the seals and everything else, and it'll cause mayhem. You got to keep an eye on it. But anyway, that got all fixed. Trust me, there's a plethora of new water cup parts. You know, the brass pieces and the rubber gaskets and whatnot, and the springs in the milk house. So that got all fixed up. That's just one of those deals. But yeah, that manure spreader was a little more heavier here this morning for a barn cleaning. Thank God for nice mild temps. Now there's still a small layer of water in the gutter system. I mean, you can't get it all, but thank God for these mild temps. Otherwise, that'd play hell with, you know, severe cold weather. I'm not worried about it. It's yeah, it'll be all cleaned out and fine here come, well, Saturday. Saturday I'll have to do another barn cleaning, and it'll be all right. So that's about it, folks. Just went for a little ride. Hopefully we can have some, we can get some eagle footage. Even if I need to, and I got to look in how to do one of those videos in Zoom and not ruin it, and be able to post it just so you can kind of take a look at what I'm talking about. It's quite nice. It's pretty nice. All right, for anybody that's still maybe watching, we're going on 13 minutes. I've been asked a few times about firewood, the hardwoods, burning wood, everything else. I've been a little bit behind in that department this year. But I started on it today. You know, I got lazy with that pellet stove heater in the house. That thing is just fantastic. It's made me lazy, but it's fantastic. Well, in the dead of winter, that old farmhouse, it just doesn't survive on that pellet stove. I can assure you that. It needs help from either the big Bertha wood stove down below in the basement, or of course the that son of a gun's got to be over 50 years old, fuel oil furnace. So anyway, I cleaned out the entire stove this afternoon, all the affected stove pipes, all the old creosote and everything, the chimney, all that good stuff, and I got a fire going as we speak. But I need to get a load of firewood in here, a big mountain of a wagon load, before we've got 2 feet of snow on the ground and below zero temperatures. Very possible that we're going to head out to camp and to the woods to my firewood pile Saturday. I got some stuff to take care of tomorrow, but Saturday is probably a good opportunity. Be a nice Saturday afternoon. So anyway, all right, folks, other than that, all's well here. Nice and calm as can be. A little too quiet. Wow. If I was stop jibber jabbering, maybe you could hear that. Yeah. All right, folks, I got to go get the water shut off and get ready for darkness. This phone does not do it justice at all. She's getting dark, but we're gonna talk to you sooner or later.